probably not accept this, and it took a long time for me to accept it as well. You tend to think of yourself as being blind to caste. You say you don't see caste, but caste is all around you, because in the friendships you form, in the relationships you form, it's all around you. So the kind of bonding that you have with people is also restricted. So caste is a highly restrictive system. It's hierarchical. It's an infringement on our freedoms itself. It restricts human capabilities. So it's pretty distinct in South Asia across all spheres. So it doesn't live just in villages, it's in cities, and not just the Badaun rape of two backward caste girls, but even before that in Maharashtra, a young Dalit boy was lynched because he was in love with an upper caste girl. So caste restricts love, caste restricts friendship, it restricts human development, and there can be no bigger setback to humanity itself in India when we think about it than caste. It causes impoverishment, it pulls you back, and it's a big blow to humanity. And it's a shame that we're over here in the 21st century and we still have birth-based systems which discriminate. It's especially a shame to all upper caste folks who perpetuate the system by being blind to it, by not accepting it, by not addressing it. With all friends over here, my only attempt is to enhance some kind of bonding and friendship that, we in our own small ways, we may be far from India, but Ambedkar said that Indians carry caste across the shores. Wherever they go, Indians carry caste with them. And so at least this has to stop. At least being in the United States, we can do something within our own social circles to address these systems and hopefully lend solidarity to all the victims of the brutal caste system.
Thank you.
I think, caste is like in the villages, it's so far off, so distant, poor people. But look at that. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar came to study in Columbia University 100 years ago. His economic thesis is used by the African Americans to liberate themselves. Then there is Mahatma Gandhi, the so-called Mahatma. He never set foot in this country. There are over 40 statues of Gandhi in USA. And nobody knows who Ambedkar is. And that's our fault. That's our fault, I would say. And who is the biggest proponent of the caste system? Who re-established the foundations of the caste system? That was Gandhi himself. There were times, huge strides could have been made against the caste when Ambedkar's version of the United India was forsaken and Gandhi's version of India was accepted. And this is what our job is to let the world know the truth. Who are our heroes? We need to let the world know about our heroes. And we need to let them know the false heroes. We need to educate the rest about that. Because if you don't do it, I got news for you. In Pomona College, every year in the summer, top 40 school teachers are brought to the Pomona College in Southern California. They are taught a course for 2 weeks. The name of the course is Gandhi, Sustainability and World Happiness. They are teaching the way to become happy is to learn Gandhi. So teachers are teaching from kindergarten to 12. We need to fix that problem. Shame on us actually. I feel embarrassed, but we are not doing enough. And I'm glad that taking lead and the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Sikh Foundation, we are standing shoulder to shoulder with you. And we will address this situation, educate our fellow Americans what the true meaning of Gandhism is and how it's impacting the world today. Thank you.
Ambedkar, I'm from Sacramento, California. I'm very happy today because we are under one umbrella, Baba Saheb Dr. umbrella. So think about that. Baba Saheb Dr. Ambedkar come here in America 100 years ago. If we stay here, don't go back to India, then nobody will be here. But we are here because Baba Saheb Dr. Ambedkar go back to India and he make a right for us. Think about that. When we were a village, we don't have a little card. It's called yellow card. Who gave us a passport? If we don't give us passport, we cannot come to here. Then we cannot fight against caste in India. So thank you very much, all of you guys, under one umbrella, on Baba Saheb's umbrella. Thank you very much.
Okay, now I will request David Creighton. He would like to speak a few minutes to the audience and say a few words against ecocides in India. And he has really good heart and he is feeling really sad, and he joined us today with all of you to share his feelings, and he would like to speak about a minute or so, whatever times he want to take. Thank you, sir. You are welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much to Benjamin for inviting me. I'm really happy to be here with you. It's very encouraging to be with people who know about Dr. Ambedkar. So few people in my country know about Baba Saheb. When I went to India the first time, I had no idea who this person was. All I knew about India was I'd seen a movie about Gandhi. And when I went to India, I discovered there was a whole world there that people in my country don't know about. And for the past 10 years, I have now been going to India every year to work at a school in central India, Nagpur, where we train young people from scheduled castes, scheduled tribes to be community organizers. And it's a Buddhist institution, so we teach them meditation, we teach them Dr. Ambedkar's thought, and we teach them how to organize people. And I think I've heard a lot of people today talk about how we need to kind of work together. And I know that there are hundreds of thousands of people in the United States who don't know anything about the caste system and don't know anything about Dr. Ambedkar. But if they find out, then they become real supporters. They can really see the cause of humanity here. So I hope that as we all kind of work together more and more, that we can build bridges into the communities in the United States, of the human rights workers, the civil rights workers, the religious community, the Buddhist community. And I thank you very much for inviting me to join you today.
Thank you very much, Creighton.